What's up, guys? This is Brick Bros and 4A with another RC review. Oop, turn the remote off. There we go. So today we have our scx24 by Axial, and you can see we've done a couple mods to it, just aesthetic things, nothing actually important. We did, however, change the motor on it with the exact same brand new motor because we got this thing totally waterlogged to where water was like practically about the top of this thing and killed it. So we had to change the motor on it because it got all messed up. But that's okay as long as you can find it in stock because it's out of stock everywhere.
So we actually bought 2 of them.
Yeah, so we bought 2 of them just in case. You might want to do the same if you are looking into buying this thing.
And the ESC was fine.
Yeah, the ESC was totally fine, so that's pretty cool. It's an ESC and receiver combo, which we'll show you. I'll take this here off. Go ahead and turn it off. We did install custom lights using, we just bought another one of these bumpers and took the LED lights out and installed them up here. We had to drill out our own holes and we hot glued them in there, so they're not exactly in perfect place, but they do look really cool when they're on. So the body just flips backwards, as you can see, and then you have access to all your electrical stuff here. It has a, I think, what is this? A 1-cell LiPo, something like that. We can get it out. There we go. Yeah, 350 mAh, 2S, 3.4 volt. So that's what battery it takes. It's really small, provides about an hour-long battery time, which is really awesome. So it takes about probably around an hour to charge, so it's really great. You have a lot of runtime on this thing. There you have the ESC and receiver combo, an on-off switch on the side, the battery plug-in, motor plug-in. And then up here you have an axle mounted servo. It kind of sucks it's not a chassis mounted servo. Looks a little bit less scale, but it doesn't really matter so much on a small scale RC like this. And you have the LED lights, the cords for those, going into all your plugins up here, which you have, let's see, brake plugins, LEDs, aux, etc. So you also have metal C-channel frame rails, which is pretty awesome. And then you have shocks with simulated, shoot, what are this called? You have those things which are just for looks, they don't actually do anything.
Oh, there's an oil fill?
No, obviously they're just really springy shocks, but that's okay because again this is just a 24 scale RC car, so it doesn't really matter so much. Flip it over here, you can see the plastic drive shafts, which do have little metal pins holding them together, and they have little pins where they connect to the worm gears because they have worm gears and diffs, which is pretty awesome. They're full-time lock diffs, you know, solid axles. So there's a worm gear up there, and those are metal. The worm gear and the other gear are metal, but the gears in the transfer case we found out are sadly plastic, including the gear that attaches to the motor.
But they haven't stripped out or anything.
No, it's not actually such a big problem when it's in the transfer case, but when you have plastic diffs, it kind of becomes a problem. But this has all metal gears in the diffs, which is pretty awesome. So a benefit of having worm gears instead of just like a regular axle setup is, first off, it totally basically eliminates torque twists. You're not going to have any torque twists with this thing, hardly. And it also makes it so it kind of has like an automatic braking system. You can see I can set it up on this incline. It doesn't want to roll down, which is pretty great. So a lot of RC cars, when you put them up on something like this, they'll just roll down because it doesn't lock, you know, the axles are just free. So that's pretty cool. So on this truck you can see we have Nito tires, which are pretty sweet. They're trail grapplers. It's pretty cool. Licensed tires. See all the different licensed stuff we have on here. Fox shocks, Spicer, drive riding equipment, Curry, CRC, KMC wheels, Nito. It's pretty cool. And then there was a giant Axial branding up here, but we took that off to make it look more like a Jurassic Park Jeep, as you can hopefully tell. We put the red stripes on here and painted the wheels red. And we also put a little bit of yellow on the front to represent the yellow on the Jurassic Park license plate. We've got 4 lights up here also. This is actually just a Lego Technic setup that we built to represent a roof rack. We think it looks pretty cool. So you can see from the side vents here, this is a 2020 Jeep Rubicon license, which is pretty sweet. But sadly, that also means the headlights are circle. They aren't square like the Jurassic Park Jeep headlights, which kind of sucks. So just so you guys can get an idea of the scale of this thing, here's a 1/12 scale crawler, which you can see is much bigger than this little Axial, even though this is actually a smaller crawler than regular, whereas most crawlers are 1/10 scale. This is even smaller, so this thing is absolutely tiny. But it makes it really fun because just small stuff like this container become an obstacle, which is really great, whereas something like this truck would not even care it was there. So it makes it really fun, really easy to set up a course for this thing, and just really fun to just take it out in the backyard, in your flower garden, or wherever, and just have some fun with it. So it comes with this AX4 transmitter, 2.4 gigahertz. Fits your hand pretty nice, feels pretty nice. It's got a little bit of foam on the steering wheel. When you open it up here, you can see your channel. It also has this little mode setting here, so you can put it in low, so it limits how much power the car gets when you give it full throttle. So in low, it gets like 25% power, and then when you put it in medium, it gets about 75%, I think it is, and then when you put it in high, it gives it 100% power. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like, it's almost like having a gearbox without having a gearbox, like a 2-speed or a 3-speed. So it's pretty neat. You got all your channels and crap in your bind, so it's pretty cool. So we hope you guys enjoyed that video, and leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned to our channel for more videos like this. And leave a like, subscribe, because here soon we're going to be doing a video of this thing crawling around on some obstacles, and we're going to try it out on our 1/12 scale course made for our team associates, so we'll see how well it performs on that course. Real quick though, almost forgot, we just want to mention how much this thing costs. If you can find it in stock, it's about $120. I believe you can get it from Aiming Hobbies for that price. And there's different variants of it, like you can get a Chevy C10 and the deadbolt body, where it looks like the 1/10 scale deadbolt. So, yeah.